Today we are going to be talking about why your health knowledge is not making you money yet. See, a lot of times we will gain a lot of health knowledge and we want to build a business, we want to be able to attract clients that desire to pay us a price for health advice or create products, programs, maybe supplements, maybe coaching or speaking or selling books or however you want to monetize your knowledge. But sometimes it could be challenging to know how to get that off the ground. What are the steps to do that, right? And part of the reason why is because building a health education business is very much like driving a car in the dark, right? How many of you have driven cars in the dark? Do you get to see the entire light, the whole path all the way to the end of the destination? No, you have the headlights that are able to beam just the light before you, but sometimes beyond what you can see, it's dark and you don't always know what's going to be there or what turns are going to be there. And there's a lot of uncertainty in building a health education business or any business for that matter. And that's why it's very important to have like a GPS where we have GPS that we have like what I find is like anytime that I invest in a mentor is like that map or the GPS that's able to help us to go forward. Hold on, let me drink some water. What's powerful is that we don't fully understand or remember what that path looks like. A mentor has been where we want to go, has knows the pitfalls to avoid, knows where to redirect, and sometimes too, like as we're traveling, when we take the wrong turn, what does a GPS do? It tells us to reroute, it recalculates. And a lot of times they'll even tell you, okay, if you take this path, you're going to take this much longer. These are the options you could take, but one's going to be a longer path, one will get a shorter path, right? Help you identify where's the construction and detours and show you the shortest path to getting from where you are to where you want to go. And what I would submit to you is that the reason why most people never really monetize their knowledge is because they're lost. They don't understand the business principles and the marketing principles needed, the high income skills to pay their bills, and they don't have a map. So the first reason I would say is because you don't have a health marketing map. And when I say a health marketing map, this is one of the most valuable assets you can have in your business. From Dan Priestley, he wrote the book 24 Assets, and in there he talks about there are certain assets that when you have, it will be able to print money for you. It will save so much time, energy, effort in your business. One of those assets is having what I call a health marketing map, a single page document that contains everything that you would need in order to know exactly what to say for your business, what to talk about, who you're reaching. Think of your marketing map is going to help you to guide all of your marketing decisions in the future. It's going to simplify content creation, whether you're speaking at an event, you're speaking for a church, you're speaking online or offline or being interviewed. This health marketing map will show you exactly what to say to attract clients who want to pay you again and again. Also, if you're ever going to hire a freelancer or train team members or expand your effort where it's not just relying on you, having a health marketing map is a single page document detailing what your business is about, who you're serving, what your offer is. This provides so much clarity in your business. In fact, Ray Janae, a client of ours in our accelerator program, she mentioned when I did an interview with her that being able to map out these details was so clarifying for herself, for her team, for her community, and even just understanding her brand messaging. Because by having this health marketing map, these concepts mapped out, it makes all the difference, to be honest. It also allows you to communicate clearly with AI. If you ever want to use AI to be able to help assist you, or if you don't want to get garbage output where that doesn't understand you, your brand, your messaging, your health topics, rather than just getting generic AI outputs, you're able to get highly specialized, very specific to your mission, your message, even the manner in which you share. The health marketing map helps you to clearly outline in a way that makes sense. So just as a brief overview, what are the types of things that when I'm coaching health educators, these are the decisions that we get extremely clear on in creating your health marketing map. And number one, we get very clear on who is your profitable person. What does that ideal client look like who would gladly pay you a premium for your health advice and that your unique skills and talents are able to serve, right? We talk about what is your profitable process, this new way, this specific, unique methodology that can differentiate you from other people. How many of you want to be able to stand out in a crowded market? Type stand out in the chat if you would like to be differentiated. Part of that is by having a proprietary process, a framework that saves you so much time and energy. So we get really clear on what is your framework for being able to deliver your results consistently to the marketplace so you're not always starting from scratch. And we look at what's your profitable problem. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy products and programs, they buy solutions to problems. A big reason why health educators are struggling to monetize their knowledge is because they're not really clear on what is the problem that they're facing, what is the problem that they're solving. So we get absolute clarity on that problem, and then people want to buy it, and your content starts to convert so much higher. But not only the problem, but when we communicate, so many times people, let's say you have a process, right? And let's say you teach about like 8 laws of health, or you have a particular methodology. What a lot of health educators do is they teach that process. They're trying to give everything that they can in these 60 minutes or less, or they teach a lot on a topic and show all these steps. And they think that's what's going to convert people, but it doesn't. It overwhelms people. So what you want to do is, number 4, focus on the payoff. The payoff is what they get. The process is what they have to do. And when you focus on what they get as a result of going through your methodologies, that's when people pay attention. They want to be able to lose weight. They want to feel great. They want to have the energy. They want to stop being tired. They want to have more energy to keep up with their grandkids. These are the payoffs. They want to be able to have more time with their grandchildren. They don't want to die. These are payoffs that people get. They want to save money. They want to make more money. They want to save more time. They want to eliminate hassle. These are payoffs that when you learn to emphasize these in your presentations, you will convert so much more. And see, I've invested over $75,000 in marketing and courses, coachings, trainings, seminars, events. And out of investing those, what I've done is I've distilled it down to about the 5% of the stuff that actually works and cut out the 95% of the things that don't work and are not really helpful for a holistic health educator. And your marketing map is a distillation of years of business experience and a variety of millionaire mentors, and looking for the patterns and recognizing what are each one of them showing that are required in order to build a successful business. These are the principles behind being able to build a family business that's generated over $500,000 in profit. What we've done is we've condensed this down to just one single page that when you're able to answer these questions, it will help you tremendously. And I'm actually going to show you at the end of the training how you can go to freegiftfromenoch.com/map, and I'll give this map to you. I will help you to walk through this map for yourself. And stay tuned, I'll show you what that looks like. So when we don't have a map, we don't have clarity. We are lost in the dark trying to monetize, but we don't know what to actually look for. One thing that I like that Michael Hyatt, he's a millionaire mentor of mine. He's a leadership trainer and business advisor to many, and he teaches based on biblical principles. I really appreciate his standpoint. One thing that he said that really blew my mind is that resources are attracted to clarity. And Enoch Leffingwell says that clients are attracted to clarity. And if you're not clear on who you're serving, what problem you're solving, what payoff they get, if you're not clear on what is the process you're taking them through, the framework, the results-based framework that you're able to teach them, then clients don't think that you are able to help them. They might listen and they'll nod their heads and say, yeah, that's some good stuff. But when they go home or when they leave, they're not pulling out their wallets or their cards to invest in your programs. They're just like, oh, that's another nice to know information, but they don't see it as a need to have, like something that is deeply worth their investment, that they will pay whatever you effectively charge to get the knowledge and the insights that you have. Because the more clarity you have, the better. In fact, I was listening to a leadership podcast several years ago, and Andy Stanley mentioned that whoever can speak about a problem with the most clarity is seen as the leader who has the single solution to the problem. And that really stuck out to me because he was showing that when it comes to people making decisions, clients who decide to work with you or work with someone else, they're looking for clarity. If you can express their problem with such clarity that's even better than they could express, they're going to feel understood, they're going to feel seen, and they're going to want to work with you. Because if you can't, even if you don't know, you don't have the best product, you don't have the best process, you don't have the best methodologies or experience, if you could express the problem with the most clarity, then they're going to believe that you have the problem, the single solution to the problem. Whereas you know that there's other people out there who have inferior products, who have inferior principles. They don't love your clients the way they do, but are there people who teach something similar to you that they're making more money than you are? And the answer is yeah, and the reason why is because they have better messaging. They have more clarity in their marketing. And it is marketing that is able to transfer money or be able to generate an income for the message. And a lot of times, so the first reason why health educators have a hard time monetizing is number one, you don't have a health marketing map. As soon as you're able to get that map, marketing becomes so much easier. And the second reason is because you don't see yourself as a marketer. I know for me, for many years, I was teaching, I was doing cooking classes, health lectures, seminars, I was traveling across the nation, here and there, and I didn't see myself as a marketer. I saw myself as a health messenger, and what I realized is as long as I saw myself only as a health messenger, it was very hard to be able to get my message out. Because what is marketing? Marketing is getting your message to the masses. Contrary to popular belief, marketing is not manipulation. Marketing is getting your message to the masses. It's helping you to get the attention of your ideal clients. And I learned that if I didn't learn how to learn the marketing piece, my message would die on my lips. And I didn't want that to happen because I know that there are people dying for the lack of knowledge that I have. And if they could share, if they could see, they could invest in the resources and knowledge I have, it could literally save people's lives. So I had a vision that would compel me to move forward. And what I find is that average health educators hit an obstacle and then they quit. They're just like, oh, they throw up their hands. They're like, this isn't for me. I don't know what I'm doing. But successful health educators don't. They persevere and they continue. But for me and many other health educators, we love learning about health, the body, physiology, and we have no problem forking up thousands of dollars to invest in health trainings and certifications or degrees that are going to teach us about the body. But we have this identity. It's like, I'm not a natural salesperson. I'm not a marketer. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. I don't know that stuff. And I believe that this could be fairly limiting because if I had to learn how to put on that marketer hat, or what you could do is you could partner with marketers or invest in mentors who understand that, who understand health marketing to be able to get a message out. And it wasn't until I invested in a mentor that before that I had 15 failed business attempts. But on that 16th attempt, I invested in a mentor who understood marketing, who understood sales, who understood health education. And that's what that 16th business attempt became, a multiple six-figure family business that was able to make $10,000 a month in my 20s. That really, when you have these business assets, an asset is an income-producing asset. It's able to build, it's able to work even while you sleep. Even if you're not actively involved, it's like a business that's able to work correctly. It's like a money printing machine that it's able to generate while you're able to spend more time with those you care about, spend more time about helping your clients or going on the vacations you care about, or travel to the places you want to, or like for me, I like giving Bible studies, so it gave me more freedom to be able to do Bible studies and do missions and to be able to help with other people because of having a business that's able to generate funds, serving people, solving problems for people who can afford it. Then that creates a stabilized income to be able to live where I want to live, to be able to do what I want to do, to be able to serve the people that I want to serve without the restrictions of another like corporation or a job or a career or a field that restricts my ability to express the truth, the message that I would like to share with people, right? How many of you want to be able to share the truth unrestricted? Type truth in the chat below if you want to be able to share the truth with people who are seeking it. So the second reason is because you don't see yourself as a marketer, and it's marketing that makes the money. And I like how Brendon Burchard says it. He says that if you don't make the money, you can't sustain the message. And there's really two sides of the coin, right? On one side of the coin, you have your message, you have your mission, just the vision, the mission of why you're doing what you do, and you love it, right? On the other side of the coin, it's just as equally, it's the same coin, but another side, you have the monetization, you have the marketing. They're both essential. And if you try to take one without the other, it's going to fall short, because after doing health education for 5 years, not understanding the marketing piece as well, what I realized is that any organization that does not make more money than they spend is going to have to close their doors. They will cease to exist. They can't continue to operate if you're spending more than you're receiving. So that's why marketing can be so helpful, to learn to put on that marketing hat or invest in a marketing mentor that can help us to accelerate that process. I know every time I invest in a mentor, I'm paying for clarity, I'm paying for speed, I'm paying to get the job done faster, and that helps a lot. And so the third reason is because either you're not using AI, or if you do use AI, you're not using it correctly. Maybe you've tested it, dabbled with it, or expressed it, and you're like, this is junk, or this isn't accurate, or this doesn't give the right information, or this is just blah, blah stuff, right? We're living in a day that AI is no longer optional. Like, AI is not going to be replacing people. AI is going to replace people. No, it's not AI. People who use AI are going to be replacing those who refuse to learn the tools, to see how, like with our team, we've been able to save literally hundreds of hours of work and effort by being able to leverage AI and things. It doesn't replace the human effort, it's just a tool in the tool belt. It's like the difference between using your brute force with a hammer or using a nail gun that you click a button and goes boom, 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 and you're able to hammer a bunch of nails in. And using the power tools allows you to save time, energy, and effort. So many health educators, health professionals, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're overwhelmed, they're trying to balance work and then family chores or life or household duties, and then schooling or education or working with clients, and they're at max capacity. Health educators often come to me when they're at max capacity, and they're like, I don't know what to focus on. One, we're at max capacity because we don't have the map that clearly identifies what your plan is and what your plan is not. And two, if we're saying yes to everything, that means you're saying no to, like, by any time that we're saying yes to the things that are not working, it makes us unable to be able to prioritize or focus on things that will work. Sometimes we could be so busy working hard at things that don't work, that there comes a time that we have to learn to say yes to something that can work, that can be more effective. I remember I was doing an interview with Dr. Kinja Lee, and before coming through our program, she didn't know at all about AI or how to use it. She didn't know how to talk to it. And there's skills of how you're able to communicate to AI that anybody can learn, their basic skills. And I believe that this skill is going to be one of the most important skills from 2025 and beyond. That's going to separate those who are going to excel and dominate in the marketplace, or those who are going to be left behind because they're working on very outdated methods that are not time effective, because now one person can do the work of 10. We're able to 10x our productivity and our input. Something that used to take one of my team members like an hour and a half to do, she's now able to do it in 8 minutes. And if she does it every week, that's saving over an hour every week. In the course of a year, that's 52 hours. Like, this is we're talking about, that's just one task. But by learning how to leverage AI to assist us in multiple tasks, it's phenomenal what it's able to do. And a lot of health educators just don't realize that. I was talking to a doctor at church, and he was saying, I don't like AI because they give inaccurate information. You go to Google and Google's forcing you to use AI. And I was sharing with them that there's a lot of health professionals, a lot of doctors that are starting to use AI, and like Dr. Kendra Lee, and she's like, this saves me so much time. Just understanding what it's meant for and what it's not meant for. A lot of people use AI because there's a lot of hype around it. There's a lot of people who try to use it to replace them entirely, do this for me. AI is not going to do anything without human effort. It's not going to replace, it's going to assist, it's going to amplify, it's going to accelerate the human skills that we already have. If there's garbage in, there'll be garbage out. So if we could put good quality in, we'll get good quality out. But learning what that quality is, that's really what the key is. So I find that sometimes we have a hard time with things. We start to fear things that we don't really understand, right? And I want to show you. There's a guy. His name is Daryl Davis. He had a TED Talk, but he helped over 200 people leave the KKK by befriending them. He's a black man, and the KKK is a very white supremacist, racist organization who really has a strong hatred for black people. But this is a black man who literally high-ranking KKK members have left the organization, who are officers, who are leaders, and over 200 of them. And you might think, wow, this is incredible. What is going on here? And he has a TED Talk, and in his TED Talk, what he expresses is that ignorance breeds fear, and fear breeds hatred. If you cure the ignorance, there's nothing left to fear and hate. Now, when he said that, it made so much sense, like things clicked in my mind. It was really profound, because what I realize is one of the reasons why people are so afraid of AI is because they don't understand it. And when we don't understand, where is it getting information? Where is it coming from? What's it about? When we don't understand the AI, we tend to fear it. And we're afraid it's going to take our jobs. We're afraid that it's going to mislead the masses. We're afraid that it's going to bring in bad principles or erroneous principles, or what. We have all these fears, and what we're afraid of, we turn to hate, and we start to get anger, and the way that people respond to it is really fascinating to me. When I believe that the answer is not being afraid or hating, but the answer is exploring, educating, it's understanding, and by in increasing our understanding, that will help us to not be so afraid about it anymore. And you might have been saying, wait a second, we're talking about KKK. What does this have to do with health marketing, right? Well, hopefully you can see there was a profound lesson I learned from him. In fact, he has a whole TED Talk on YouTube you could find. He says, why I, as a black man, attend KKK rallies. And he has some really powerful insights that he shares there. Another article that I read is, there was this lady who was posting a blog, and she said, AI saved my life. No, seriously, I'm writing this in the ER. And she goes on and tells a story about how she was going to the doctor's, and the doctor was out for the weekend, and the doctor gave the test results for an issue that she was facing. And it says that the doctor hasn't reviewed the results, and she got it, but she's like, I don't understand what I'm looking at. So she took a screenshot, she sent it to AI, and she was able to get AI to interpret this medical jargon and records and make sense of what it does. And which, by the way, that's one of the ways that even doctors and health professionals like you are able to take results, have AI assist you in interpreting it, finding patterns and recognizing what it means. Doesn't mean that it's replacing your skill. You still have your knowledge, but it can give you a rough draft. It can help you to point and recognize patterns that maybe you would have missed. So that's what she did, and it helped her to interpret it, helped her to understand the patterns. It was like, look, this shows that your platelets are dangerously low. You need to go to the emergency room immediately. She sends a message to the doctor, and the doctor's out. He has no plan on returning for another few days. And ChatGPT is like, this is urgent. You need to go right now. And it was in the middle of the night. So she's like, okay, well, let me go. AI told me to go to the emergency room. So she did. And they were like, ho hum. And they were just kind of like asking her some questions. And then AI told her what to say at the front desk, and she said it, and they're like, oh, this is emergency. They escalated the situation. Let's get you in as soon as possible. And they brought her in there and found out, sure, exactly, her platelets were very low. So they put her on this code or this area that put her on high priority. And while she's being prioritized, she's looking at what's going on. She's talking to AI throughout the whole process. So AI is helping her to have an intelligent conversation. It's giving her questions to ask. And there's one point where they didn't update this code or update this chart on the wall. And AI was explaining what it means and what it's supposed to be. And she asked one of the professionals, is there any reason why this wasn't updated? And they were shocked to know that she understood their terminology and their language. And they were able to give her exactly what she needed to be able to literally save her life. And she was in the emergency room, and she wrote this blog article, and she was at a very high risk there. So literally, if my point of sharing this is that if AI could save this woman's life, then and they have been finding again and again that AI-powered diagnosis have been more effective than even human doctor diagnosis. They've been more accurate, where doctors have been baffled at things. I've read story after story of people who've given their symptoms and their experiences and knowledge, context to AI, and it's accurately helped them to discover what their issue is. And especially for like trained models that are for diagnosis, they're even using AI for surgeries that have such precision that the complications and mistakes are far less than even human surgeons. And there's a lot of advancements in health, in the health industry and AI and how they come together. My question is, if people's lives are being saved, if AI can save this person's life, imagine how much more it could save the life of your business. And let me ask you a question. If you could use AI to assist you in saving lives of others, would you do it? Type yes in the chat if you would. If AI could be a tool to help you to save lives, would you want to save more lives? Or would you want to go doing it the slower, the normal, the old way that is a slower way and prone to more mistakes? And so what I'm going to share with you is how you can do that. In fact, Shintoya, she's a client of ours. She said that I'm really happy to be a part of Enoch's AI class. Understanding how to use AI has effectively helped me to save so much time and energy. She was someone who was at first afraid of using AI. She was concerned. She was one of the persuasion that this is something dangerous you want to stay away from. But once she took away what she didn't know and she started to understand, kind of like the KKK, where they start to understand more, she changed her perspective and she realized it's a tool. She realized that it's how you prompt it is how it's going to respond and the direction it's going to go. She was able to save so much time and energy, and it's been a big game changer for her. So what I want you to do, or what I'm going to show you, is that a gift. I have a free gift for you. Is it okay if I give you a free gift? How many of you would like something that can save you a ton of time and energy in your business and make a lot of sense? Type free in the chat below. Where we've been really revamping our coaching program, and I've been doing a workshop these yesterday. I'm going to do it today and tomorrow with our highest paying clients. And even just yesterday, on day one of our workshop, we have Miriam, who joined our accelerator program. She said she was able to map out content ideas for the next 3 months, and she did it in 2 hours. And she went from like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know how to structure the ideas or where to start, what to do, to being able to have so many content ideas. She's like, this is exciting. And at first she's like, wow, this is overwhelming. I have so many different ideas. And I was like, would you like to know how to deal with the overwhelm? And she's like, yeah. And I mapped out for her the exact content calendar, content plan of how she's able to be consistent in her content, changing lives and dripping for her ideal client step by step so that they don't get overwhelmed, and she has a clear path forward. She's like, I'm so excited. I'm loving everything this is happening. It's like it's reading my mind. It understands exactly my mission, my message, my story, and it's sharing exactly the things that I would recommend, but it's just organizing and structuring it in a way that is so much better, that it's more clear and concise. And I'm like, Miriam, that's exactly what it's designed to do. Save you time, simplify your business, and to help you to amplify your voice so you could reach other people. And So this is what we've done. We've taken the process that we would usually, if you were going to pay me $10,000 and I'm going to coach you through a process, what I'm going to do is help you to get very clear on these portions, these areas of your business that are vitally necessary for your for marketing your message or monetizing your message. So what I've done is I've actually taken that same process and I've created we have a AI studio, Skills Unlimited AI Studio, that will help you to write sales copy for you. And so you can have AI to create your health marketing map. All you got to do is go to the website freegiftfromenoch.com/map. And I'm going to gift this. I'm doing something different. And for now, I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but you'll be able to have unlimited use of my AI tools to help you to create this map that we've been talking about, to get massive clarity on your business. And I'll walk you through what that's for. It's going to ask you a few portions of your business, and out of everything that you could possibly listen to, literally out of everything that you can do in your business, what you could focus on, what you can express, the decisions you can make, it's all going to be like distilled and boiled down to just these sections that are the most vital, the most important for helping you to monetize your knowledge. It's going to walk you through that process. So who is the marketing map for? If you're a health enthusiast and you want to monetize your knowledge, then having a marketing map is going to be extremely important because it'll turn that passion into profit. It's going to show you the profitable path to monetize your knowledge. If you have a health method, you have a health program that's developed, or you want to develop a program and sell that, then this is going to walk you through that process too, and it's absolutely free. We built it for you. And if you're a health consultant, if you're a health coach, if you want to get into health coaching, this will show you exactly how to get coaching clients, what your coaching offer is going to be. It's going to walk you through a series of questions that will help you to discover who are the best fit clients for you. If you're a health speaker and you want to be ready to get booked and paid to speak, if you want to turn your speaking engagements to a profitable health talks, then the health map is going to use AI to help you to get clear on what is a map, what are the stages to speak to, what is your presentation, what's your message, your signature speech. It's never been easier to put these things together than what we've created with this tool. If you're a health practitioner, if you're a medical missionary, or really anyone who has a health message, this is going to help you to clarify your message like it did with Miriam. It's going to be able to help you to save time in your health practice and be able to share with people like never before. In fact, Tiffany, she was one of our first users of Skills Unlimited, and she said that she planned out her entire content calendar for the week in just minutes of joining the program. So what Skills Unlimited AI Studio is, it's the world's first and only AI-powered, it's the AI-powered copywriter that's specifically designed to help holistic health educators monetize their knowledge online. And again, you can go to the website freegiftfromenoch.com/map. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk you through how to use this free tool to be able to save you time, energy, and effort. So that's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to share with you my screen. And how many of you would like to see a demo of how this health marketing map can map out your marketing plan? Type map in the chat below if you want me to walk you through step by step so you know exactly how to create this map that we've been talking about. We in our team, we're always thinking about how can we innovate, how can we save you time, how can we solve problems for you to make the process the smoothest that we possibly could. And this is one of the ways that we've been doing it, and it's been phenomenal with our highest paid clients. They've gotten first access to it, and we're going to give this away for free. I don't know how long I'll be doing that for, but it's going to be free now. That will help you to what I want to do is I want to be able to help you to get really clear on your ideal clients, clear on your irresistible offer. What are you able to charge that people would gladly pay at least $3,000 for? I want to walk you through that for free using AI, and I want to help you to be able to have I want you to have those two things really clear on your clients and your offer. When you have that, to get your first client, your next client, to clarify your business, this is such a big deal. And my goal is like, if I could help solve this problem, get you a lot of clarity on what it looks like, then you'll probably want to join my program or the accelerator program to be able to help you create content, craft your signature speech, to be able to market the offer you created. But I would like to I would like you to be able to have your offer at unrestricted use. Like literally, if you were going to pay me $10,000 and you don't have an offer, these are the questions that I'd be asking you to help you to get clarity on exactly what that is. So we've built this into the program, and so I'm going to give this away for free so we could solve that problem first. Does that sound good? So what you do is when you go to freegiftfromenoch.com/map, then it's going to take you to this website. And there might be a problem where if you type it without www, then it may take you to the page not found. And if it does, that's okay. Just go back to the URL and make sure you delete bestselling from there. You want to type in www.freegiftfromenoch.com/map, and then it'll take you to where you need to go. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to the sign up button in the top right corner. This is very important because in order to keep your work and save your effort, you want to sign up so you can save your information. And so when you go to sign up, this is what you'll be able to do. And then it's free to sign up. So I'm gonna log in here, and let's see. Then once you have an account, it's oh, that was invalid email. There we go. So now that you're signed up, this is going to save your work. Now, you know if you're signed in or not. If you already have an account, you'll know if you're signed in if in the top right corner you see a little man. If you see a person icon, that means you're logged in. If you see a sign up icon, that means you are not logged in and you need to log in. So if you already have an account, go ahead and log into that. This is important. You need to do that first because you want to save your work. And then what we'll do is we will click, we will go to the button on the right. Let me see. So this is a home screen. Do not click get access. Hit the hamburger sign in the top left corner and click on the menu. If it's in full screen, you'll see a side menu. If you're in mobile, you're gonna see a hamburger probably. And this is best to do on a computer. You don't have to do it on a computer. A lot of our clients did it on their mobile, but I wouldn't suggest signing up with iCloud. Use any other provider other than iCloud. If you got a Gmail, if you got Yahoo, if you got something else, I recommend doing that because iCloud is doing this weird thing. I wouldn't recommend that, just FYI. That might change in the future. We'll probably fix it, but for now, don't use iCloud. And once you sign in, what you're going to be looking for is the health marketing map. Well, actually, once we're signed in, let's go back to freegiftfromenoch.com/map. Make sure we have www, and this is going to take you directly to. Let me see. Oh, we have to upgrade. So you can upgrade to the free starter plan. I'm glad we're able to do this on the call because this is what you're going to go through. So when you hit get access, it'll ask you to upgrade, and we have the free starter plan. And the purpose of this starter plan is to help you to craft your irresistible offer, to get really clear on who you're going to serve based on your background and what your $3,000 offer is. So you're going to get access to all of our offer creation agents for free, but the content creation agents, those are going to be on you have to be a Skills Unlimited member. But everything that we're talking about today, you could do on the free plan. And from here, once you're able to join, then this will walk you through that process. Actually, what I'm going to do is, looks like got to upgrade this. Hold on. What I'm going to do is upgrade to the free plan. And if you have any problems, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist you and support you and we will walk you through the process. But going to use this now. Once we have this. Once we have this, now we're going to be, once we're upgraded, we're able to go to Health Marketing Map Maker, and in the Health Marketing Map, this is a page. This is where it's going to walk you through the process. Where you scroll down on this Health Marketing Map, it's going to show you how to use the page. Go ahead and read these. I'm not going to read it now, but skipping instructions is only going to bring you confusion. It's not going to save you time. It's going to spend less time. It's going to waste more time. So read the instructions and you'll get more clarity, but I'll walk you through the process. Here we have profitable person. This is your ideal client. Profitable process, exactly the stuff that we just talked about. It's going to show you how to do that. So the next step is we're going to open that up, and it's going to ask you questions about your profitable person. First, you're going to see another verifying your email. You want to verify the email that you use to sign up. This is very important to do. And when you signed up, there is going to be a verify. Verify your email here, and you can click here to verify, and that's going to give you a that's going to verify your email there. That's for when you create the account. If you already created an account, then you don't have to do that. But once you're on the Health Marketing Map, you'll have to verify just one more time in order to use this, because this is going to save your information. It's going to help you to log as you're having a conversation. It's going to save your Health Marketing Map. So we just want to type in the information one more time, and it's going to send you a magic link. So you're going to verify twice if you're a user. If you're creating a new account. And this is going to send to your inbox an activation link. So now we're going to go back, and we're going to look for, it should say profitable person, and then you log in by clicking here. So now it's done. Congratulations. So it's easy as that. Now, once you are logged in, as you can see, it automatically unlocks this chat and you're good to go. So the primary objective of this is basically, this is a guided conversation to walk you through how to express your business, who you're serving, what you're doing. And if you don't know, at any time you can ask questions. So there are some, it says select a conversation starter below, which is these three things here. And to get started, press the microphone icon to speak your message. So I'll zoom in so you can see it a bit. There's some faint words, but you could see the first option is, I'm unclear on exactly who my ideal client is. Could you help me get clarity? Number two is, I know my ideal client and I'd like to tell you who it is. And number three is, what does your user memory have for my profitable person? So for this process, the goal of this chat is, as you chat with these AI agents, that's going to take your answers and save it to your user memory. And the user memory is where your single page document, your Health Marketing Map, is going to be. And I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. But to start, let's say I know my ideal client. I'm going to click that. You select it, then it starts a conversation. They're going to ask some questions. And it says, sounds great. I'm eager to hear all about your ideal client. To start, can you describe the type of person you most want to help? For example, you might want to share their age range, their gender, job, life situation, key beliefs, values, aspirations. If you like, I can also suggest some options to help you get started. If you don't know, you could say, give me options, but I do have an idea. So you can actually click this little microphone icon, and then it'll speak. It'll use your voice. So when you click it, make sure to select allow. If you hit block or do not allow or do not give access, then you won't be able to use a microphone. And so you want to click allow. And it's listening now. So my ideal client is baby boomers who want to age gracefully, and they want to be able to reverse some of the symptoms of aging, look youthful again, feel youthful again, have more energy, and they want to be able to also to lose weight, feel better, and they tend to be the affluence, or they have financial resources to pay for natural healing, and they're not allergic to biblical principles. They don't have to be religious or spiritual or particular persuasion, but as long as they don't get offended when I share biblical principles, that's my ideal clients. Okay, because I teach business based on biblical principles. I teach health. I teach health based on biblical principles. All right, I'm going to hit stop. And notice as I hit stop, you don't see it as it's speaking, but it was getting the information that I was sharing. So that is really convenient. If you're on your mobile phone, you can use this as well. If at any time you have an issue with it, your mobile phone has a voice to text button on all keyboards that show up. There's a voice to text button you could use. If you're using a Windows PC, I'll show you how you can do that using Windows H. But that's what I'm going to submit. And then it says, thank you. Here's to make sure I have this right. Baby boomers who want to age gracefully. They desire to reverse some symptoms of aging, look and feel young again. All this is pretty good. I say, yes. Tell me what are some of the biggest frustrations or health challenges regarding their health. So another thing you could do on your PCs, you could hold Windows H. And when you select Windows H, then this pops up and it starts listening. And as you can see, it will show you what you're typing as you're typing, which that can be convenient too, especially if you don't want to type all this stuff out. My recommendation, one of the mistakes that people will often make at this point is that they will try to treat AI like it's a search engine. AI is not a search engine. So if they're like, who's your ideal clients? If you say like busy professionals who want to lose weight, that's not good. That's not a good way to communicate to AI. What I recommend everybody do is what I call ramble. If you ramble into AI, where you could use your voice and you give it more context, explain it. Like you and I, if we were talking, you're going to go into more detail. You're going to explain some background. You're going to give context. And just like talking to a person, that's how you want to talk to AI. It's not called search AI, it's chat AI. So it's going to ask you questions and you'll be able to go back and forth. Think of this like a conversation. Imagine this AI agent as a coach. Like you're having a conversation with me and I'm going to ask you questions to clarify your business. And if at any time I ask you a question and you're like, oh, I'm not too sure, what would you recommend? Then I may give you suggestions, or you could say, what would you do if you were in my situation? And that's something I would do. So you're able to talk in that manner and you'll get better quality results. So let's say, yes, or let me do Windows H. Yes, you've got the right idea, but as far as your next questions, I'm not too sure. Could you give me some suggestions? What would you do if you were in my situation? So you can ask that question, hit send. Also know that just because they ask you a question doesn't mean you have to answer it. This is really just to jog your memory and to get an idea of who you're serving and how you want to help them. The goal here is to go back and forth. I would say aim for maybe like 4 to 5, especially if you ramble and you express yourself and with many words about the questions that they say, then you're going to be able to answer the questions a lot better. And like 4 to 5 back and forth exchanges and move on to the next one. And then here I ask for suggestions. It says, all right, common frustrations. Feeling frustrated by slow or no results from conventional anti-aging or weight loss methods. Experiencing fatigue or low energy that limits your daily activities. Yes. Worry about health issues that come from aging, such as joint pain. Awesome. I love it. These are all very, very good. Do any of these resonate with your experience or your ideal clients? Yes, these are perfect. I love it. And then I'll also add that also many of my clients, when they see themselves in the mirror, they look older than they feel that they are. They feel inside very youthful, energetic, and but when they look at themselves, they don't see what they feel. So there's a disconnect there, but they want to feel and look energetic again or youthful again. So there we go. I'm going to put that in there. And as you can see, I rambled. I didn't type it. And I'm not too worried about spelling spelling errors or punctuation, AI is intelligent enough to understand your objective, your intent, the context. So the more context you give, the better quality the results are going to be. So it says, thank you for adding that important insights. And then make sure I've captured this. Your clients often feel younger, more energetic internally. And they want to restore their youthful look again to align better with how they feel. Yeah, that's good. So and then it says it's accurate. If so, can you describe dreams, transformation your clients will want? Or would you like me to suggest more? So anytime you can ask, suggest more, and it's going to get more information, which is really helpful for you to brainstorm and get ideas. You can, if you really don't know the answers, then allow AI to give you suggestions, because that's what we would do in a coaching session. If you don't know the answers, I'm going to share with you what are the best principles and the best practices for monetizing your health knowledge and who would be an ideal fit client. So you can ask whatever question you want. You're not limited to the questions that the AI is asking you. You can answer one or two. You don't have to answer all of them. But what this is designed to do is to really just have a conversation as long as you want. The more you talk to it, the more clarity you get. And there is value in even just going back and forth and getting more insight. Think of this as doing market research, because AI is trained on trillions and trillions of data points throughout the internet. It takes like all the published works of the internet of all these people on forums, health forums, saying like, this is my problem, this is what I don't like, this is what they buy, of all health educators, successful health educators publishing articles, blogs, and things. So it's got all this access, and it just synthesizes it together for you. So it's able to do a massive research assistant that used to, like literally, this market research used to take hours, 4 hours plus, working with clients and helping them to get clear on what their target audience is looking for. We'd have them join groups and forums and videos and look at book and reviews and see what are all the comments that people are saying, the challenges that they're facing, and then you got to take notes and write that down over somewhere else. It's never been easier. What we've created for you is such a time saver to be able to allow AI to do the market research on your ideal client. And it's like that for every phase and step too. And if you don't agree with a part, then that's okay too. So let's say I'm done here. I like what we've talked about, and we'll say, yes, you're on the right track. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get out of that. Now, what we want to look at is what has AI actually been collecting here? Based on our conversation, how accurate is this? So I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to scroll all the way to the top. I'm going to show you how to access your user memory. And then when you are going to your user memory, you can go to the top right corner. You want to look for that little man. And again, remember, if that little man isn't there and it says sign up, then you're not signed up. If you don't see the little man when you're typing the icon, then you're not logged in. And if you're not logged in, there's a good chance it's not saving your information. You want it to save. So we're going to click that, and then we're going to go to account settings. This is where your user memory is. And when you go to account settings, it will look like this. And as you can see, your memories is a tab right in the middle. So we're going to select your memories, and this will pull up exactly what it has. Look at this. This is so cool. So it's got your profitable payoff. That's the outcome that they want. This is the message that you want to emphasize whenever you're creating content, sharing a presentation, or sharing not just what to do, but what will happen when they do it. And this is what gets people to pay a premium for your health programs, is when they're really clear on the payoff. So it already got that from speaking to one agent, which is really powerful, which means we could actually skip that one. And then here this says profitable problem. It talks about many clients experience a disconnect when they look in the mirror and they appear older. Yeah, that's true. And then profitable person, baby boomers who want to age gracefully and reverse some symptoms of aging, look and feel young again. This is good. So problem here, let's say I want to modify it a little bit. And you can modify it with this little edit, this pencil icon. This pencil icon I could edit, and then now I can type inside and say they also are facing many symptoms of aging like joint pain, mobility issues, and more easily fatigued. So now I'm going to hit save changes, and now you can choose and correct anything that you don't find accurate. And you have full control over this. So when I'm saying your health marketing map, what I'm actually talking about is this page right here. Under your memories, this is a single page document that has all of the details that you would need in order for your marketing message to be very clear. And as you can see, we already got 3 out of the 10 things in just a few minutes. Just like 3 discussions back and forth, we already mapped it out. How can you see how easy this is? Type easy in the chat below if you're starting to see how fast, how simple, how smooth this process really is. We're saving you hours of time that this used to take. And many times people go months or years before they really figure this stuff out, and they'll create a lot of content. They'll speak at events, they'll speak on stages, they'll share, but they're not getting clients. They'll do interviews with people. They'll do 50 interviews and they're still not sure why, because they're not answering these questions that our AI agents are going to coach you through. And they're going to ask you exactly what to do or give you suggestions. Now, and then even taking notes has never been easier, because you don't have to take notes on the side. It's already, AI is absorbing these answers for you, and they're putting it all on one page, which is powerful, because now when someone wants to know who do you serve, you can literally just take this, select it, copy and paste. You can put it into say ChatGPT or another language model or AI that you want to use, or you can give it to a freelancer. You can give it, if you're going to pay a freelancer to help write marketing messages or content, or if you're going to work with a ghostwriter, these are the exact questions they're going to want to know. And if they don't know this information on a single page, then it's going to have a lot of miscommunication, or you're going to have to do this over. This is an invaluable asset. Or do you see how this isn't such an invaluable asset to have your marketing map all on one page? Type yes in the chat if you see value in this. So, but let's say I actually don't like this. I'm going to say, you know, I don't like this one. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to delete this person. No, that's not my ideal clients. I'm going to delete this. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to delete all this information. I'm going to delete it all. And now my user memory is going to be gone. It may take a moment, but look, I don't have any user memory. This is what it's going to look like when if you were to first look before you start talking to Skills Unlimited. But this is, now we're going to start there, and we're going to hit the 3 marketing, the hamburger in the top left corner. We're going to look for health marketing map. We're going to select that. And I want to show you what you can do. Let's say you clicked out of it and it looks as though, give it a moment to load. It looks like it started over. You're like, oh no, what happened to my chat? It's all gone. I lost all the information, right? Wrong. This is going to save it. You're not really losing your information. If it doesn't show up where you're expecting it, it's not gone for good. It's just in a different place. So I'm going to show you where you can find it. In the top right corner, there's an icon that's called chat history. We're going to select that. And then when you see this, you could either create a new chat here, or you can see this is your input that you shared. This is the chat that you used to have right here. This contains the what you started with. And then if you want to go back and forth, there's 13 messages. You just click this little icon that says this goes to your chat history. And then congratulations, you're back where you started. And you can access everything again. So you don't actually lose it, which is really good to know. And let's say I'm in a chat and I want to start over. And I'm like, okay, I actually want to start over. All we got to do is click the chat history again and then select new chat. And then congratulations, you start over and you're good to go. So that's something you could do. And then, so I will close this. This is done. And then another way that we have is profitable. Will that delete the other chat? No, starting over does not delete the other chat. Great question. It just creates another one. And then I'll show you. When I create another one, I will say, like, what does your user memory have for my profitable person? And it's going to say nothing because I just deleted everything, right? But if you want to look at both of them, you go to chat history, and then you can see here's my last one that I just had, and then here's my first one that I started, and this first one has a 13, and the last one has these 3 messages. So that's pretty convenient for you to use. Now, let's say I'm going to go through Okay, I'm going to show you another way. If you already have content about your ideal client, let's say you've gone through a similar process and you have it on a Google Doc or a Word document, or maybe a chat AI that's giving you details about your ideal client, or any of these questions, if you've done research about it, you can just copy and paste from that page over here, and you don't have to go through the chat conversation. A lot of people don't have it in a single document, but this is going to help you to put it all in one place so that you'll be able to use this in the future. But not only does it put it all in one place, it actually trains Skills Unlimited AI to better know your business. So we're not just creating a health marketing map. In Skills Unlimited AI, we have agents for creating, we have framers for creating Lighthouse video content, like what I'm doing now, you're able to use. You're able to create content. We've got viral post makers. We've got agents how to write like you, to turn transcripts into content, come up with story selling, stories that you're able to share your programs to create all sorts of different types of content that you have, overcome objections, help you to identify costs of inaction. Before you show them how much it costs to say yes to your program, you want to show them how much it costs that it's currently cost them to say no. So we have all sorts of agents that will help you to write emails, to write sales copy, to be able to make your marketing messages smooth, fast, easy. And by updating and training the Skills Unlimited, the user memories, it's going to automatically know your business. So you can literally click one button and then it understands. It used to be that you have to answer some questions and then click a button. Now the questions are optional. Just by clicking a button, it already knows based on your information. This is very different than ChatGPT, where ChatGPT is more a generic all-use thing, and you have no control. You have little to no control over what memories it actually takes up, and it's just taking random information from all different places. Skills Unlimited, I have specifically trained to take these 10 pieces of information that's going to be exactly what you need as a health education business owner, as a messenger, now putting on this marketer hat to be able to get your message out to others. These are the information that will allow you to make money with AI. ChatGPT, 97% of the users on ChatGPT, they're not making money with AI because they don't know exactly how to use it. So this gives you promptless. You don't have to put in prompts in order to use it. This will already know your business, your background. It is so convenient. That is one way. If you have a Google Doc, you already have these answers, just copy and paste. You can put it in the chat and that's fine. So the next thing that you can do is another warning I'd say is these chats are designed to be an ongoing conversation. You don't have to go speak ongoing. And as you saw, even from this first chat, we got like 3 of them answered. So you can look at the user memory to see how many of them are answered. Our goal is to get all 10 of these. But another way, a really powerful way for you to be able to access or to load it to get to know you, your voice, is right here. I would skip down to number 10, which is your profitable personality. This is where we capture and clone your unique voice, your style, your personality for your AI agent, so that the copy or the words that it writes sounds like you. They're things that you would say, that you would share. It's in your manner. It makes it more relatable, more memorable, makes you more authentic. Your content stands out, where it's not all that generic AI stuff that people just copy and paste and it sounds like everybody else. So this will allow you to clone your writing style, your speaking style, your backstory, the signature stories that you teach, whether they're quirks or unique traits, things about you. This is where it gets really good. So what you can do here is you can actually start by a transcript. If you have presentations that you've already delivered or given, you could just copy and paste a transcript there, and it will save you a lot of time as well. So I'll show you what you can do. Let's say, so I already have a health talk that I did before that is over on YouTube. And even if you're not posting on YouTube consistently, if you just have a video file lying around, you can just upload it to YouTube, not so much to share with other people, but just to be able to have access to the transcript is so powerful. So I'm going to copy the link to this video where I'm giving a health presentation. And then you're going to go to a website. You can write this down. youtube2transcript.com, youtube2transcript.com, and this will give you a transcript of any YouTube video, whether they're yours or someone else's, and it allows AI. AI is a text-to-text thing, so it's a lot easier for AI to understand and speak to you when you have this. So we're going to paste the YouTube link in here, and then you select Get Free Transcripts. And once you get the free transcripts, the pop-up, you exit out of that. If there's an ad on mobile, you just scroll down. You got to scroll down. You'll see your video, and then there's a little copy button. We're looking for this copy button for your transcripts, and you select Copy. And it says Transcript Copy to Clipboard. Congratulations. Now we can go move this into Skills Unlimited. And this has my signature speech, the same thing that I teach my clients how to craft that will sell products and programs. This is a signature speech that I've used in the past. So now it's in our clipboard. What we're going to do is under profitable personality. What's so powerful about this is it's going to have a lot of words about my words, my stories, my personality, how I speak, what I do. So then now I'm going to say, I am going to give you a transcript of my signature speech. And you might be able to say your interview, a video, or a training that you gave, or a workshop. I want you to analyze my speaking style and summarize it for me and your user memory. And there you go. Here's a transcript. And then we will paste it. Yes, so simple. And as you can see, like that's my transcript. We don't have to read it or anything. AI will do it. And you see it's long, but you just hit send. And when you send it, then it's going to break down how you speak. Like, is this simple or what? Let me show you. I mean, if you think this is simple, it's going to be so much easier. So it has a speaking teaching style. It says that I am warm, conversational, inclusive. I'm encouraging, affirming. I give clear, simple explanations with analogies. This is something that will help you to convert higher. I'm very personal, storytelling. There's a lot of vulnerability. I share my own experiences, my health struggles, food cravings, and things that humanize me. I use a lot of questions to provoke thinking. So this thing is like really on point, right? And it understood my entire presentation, and it really got some of these unique traits. I'm a natural conversationalist. Not really, I wouldn't say natural, because it's something I had to learn through speaking trainings just like this. Balance the technical details with relatable storytelling, never too sciencey or oversimplified. And I use humor lightly, so I do have humorous comments. So it understood all this. Now it's got my entire voice, my vibe, my personality. It understands these phrases that I have and is right on because it has this presentation. Like, can you see how this is going to save you time? How many of you would like to know what your unique voice is? How many of you would like to have a document that just identifies all that for you? Type "I would" in the chat, or voice in the chat if you would like to know how to summarize your personality. And the thing is, I always tell my clients, before they buy your programs, they're going to buy your personality first. That's why it's so powerful to craft, to engineer a profitable personality, something that people can relate to and unite with. And this is what this agent will do. This is one of my favorite ways to train the AI, because now let me show you. Once I gave one transcript. Now we're going to go to account settings, and we're going to go to user memory, and look, it already has all 10 of my areas combined, and it's got them accurate. It knows exactly what it is. And you can hit see more, or it automatically pops up. It's got the profitable payoff, where reducing food cravings, more youth, mental clarity, and then there's presentation, and it's got all of the details. I got a testimony of Sherry. She overcame 20 years of pain and fatigue. So this is profitable proof. This is clients' testimonies or borrowed stories as you build your stories. It's got third-party proof. It's got success stories. It's got all of this stuff right here that makes it so much easier. So now, the reason I deleted everything is just to show you that it even has It even has an expert bio that's going to help you walk you through the process. So all of that was complete just with one transcript upload. That now you can see why that's my favorite, right? And that's the process to be able to do for that. And then once you go through, the last thing I'm going to show you is now it's already trained on my user memory. Now let's go through something like, let's go through this agent that is going to help you to be able to overcome objections. So if you want to identify objections in advance, let's do this. And I designed it where you don't have to, these are all optional. Most of these are optional. You could just hit submit now that it knows user memory and it has an understanding of your business. When you hit submit, notice that this is going to give a description and it's going to show that like some beliefs is maybe that there's these health shakes are going to taste awful. They won't work for me. Yeah, we've heard that, and it gives ways to overcome it too. And it gives a limiting belief type, vehicle, internal, external. So if you know about signature speech, we cover those. It gives a limiting belief, liberating truth, and liberating truth is quality nutrition can be delicious and transformative when it's put together correctly. It's got teaching point, video title, content ideas, and then you go, I'm too sick or old to reverse my health decline. So people think I'm too old. That's true. And then it's got your body has incredible regenerative capacity that any age when given the proper nutritional support. One's like, I can't afford another expensive program. Investing in prevention saves thousands in future medical bills. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? So this shows you exactly what to cover to create videos. Even here's a video title, The True Cost of Cheap Nutrition. Boom. That's pretty cool. And then this is like supplements are just expensive urine. Okay, people say that. Well, why your multivitamin isn't working and what actually does. That can be helpful. If you're selling physical products, this will help you. If you're selling digital products, it'll have digital product-based objections. As you can see, just really by plugging in just that information there, you already have everything you would need. So what we're talking about is we're talking about how to monetize your health knowledge. That's just one of, we've got over 50 different AI agents and they're growing to help you to solve problems for writing emails, creating signature speech, crafting irresistible offers that people will gladly pay you $3,000 for. And these are the frameworks that our clients have paid me over $10,000 to get access to, and I've invested tens of thousands of dollars to learn and find, and years of fine-tuning and figuring out, especially for holistic health educators. Skills Unlimited is the world's first and only AI-powered copywriter specifically designed to help holistic health educators like you to monetize your knowledge online. And what I want to do is I want to give you this gift. So if we could put this offer slide on there again, my gift to you is I will help you to create this map. You're able to use it. I gave this masterclass for free that you could use this. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you put together an offer to make sense that will be able to monetize your knowledge. And my goal is that you're able to get some of your first clients through this. And if you like the content creation tools, go ahead and upgrade. But everything that I've showed you today, except for the buying objection overcomer, is completely free. You can get access to right now to walk you through this process. And if you are ready for clarity, if you're ready for a map that you are wanting to monetize your knowledge, then go to freegiftfromenoch.com/map. Remember to put www in there, and or comment or call the number on the screen, text the word map or comment map below, and we'll be happy to send you a link. But this is what we covered today. And I hope that this has been a blessing. We go live every Tuesday. We're going to share practical insights like this. So subscribe and follow us for more information like this. We'll be happy to support you in your health education journey. Until next time, remember, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. Have a great day, and God bless.